Nice one. All the husbands out there are getting a guilt trip from the boss. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce you to this man here, Mr. Jean-Christophe Babin, the CEO of Bulgari.
Good afternoon, everyone, from Geneva Lakeside with a very sunny weather, tropical watercolor.
Look, I have done countless videos on the Finissimo, and I've loved being on this journey. But do you know what my favorite is of all?
Knowing you, not necessarily a standard one, but probably a limited edition, and I would go for Tadao Ando.
You got it right. Mr. Babin has ears everywhere, but that is my favorite because it is a collaboration between the brand and an artist, which sort of makes it this, it's almost, is it an art piece? Is it a watch? But particularly I love the Zen calming design. It has this sort of circular pattern radiating out or rippling out from the small seconds. As you said, it's very unusual because the brand allowed the branding to be removed.
Yeah, exactly, because, you know, all the philosophy of Tadao was purity. Mm-hmm. And so purity meant that no indexes, but also no branding. And the Octo, Finissimo, anyhow, is so unique that even if you don't put Bulgari on it, it's a Bulgari.
People know.
So it's absolutely not an issue. And as a piece of art, you know, you don't necessarily need to have exactly the same approach as the regular pieces.
So this was the favorite watch of all time. So when I see on the press releases that there's another Ando collaboration, I'm excited. So can you show me?
Well, it's the first ever collaboration between an artist on ladies' watches. Why? Because ladies' watches, as you can see, have small dials.
Yes.
So obviously, when you're an artist, it's more challenging to express your ideas and talents than on a bigger masculine dial. Mm-hmm. So if we pick up two,
okay, I'm gonna
take the Tiger Eye.
Okay, Tiger.
The idea of Tadao was extraordinary. As a Japanese, he's worshipping seasons, so he wanted to play the four seasons, like Vivaldi, but to play them with the color of the seasons. So he picked up four colors, the green for summer, the brown for autumn, the ice white for winter, and let's say white pink for spring. And he did it in a way which was extremely original, re-challenging totally the way we are crafting dies. Usually when you do a mother of pearl, you just layer mother of pearl, but when you change the angle, the light, it's always the same.
Yeah.
So the idea of Tadao was really to break the monotony, and instead he took several inlays of different mother of pearls, put them together so that the dial from bidimensional layering dial is becoming a three-dimensional dial, which when you move it...
It's like a mosaic, really.
Exactly, and this mosaic changed, obviously, totally aesthetic, according to the angle, to the light, so it makes the watch alive. And it's very important because we talk about the four seasons, and each season is not only trees with leaves, it's also animals, so it's life.
It's beautiful. And look, I think what Ando has done here that is so genius is that he's thought about the elements of a snake and the way that the scales flash and change in direction. So if you look closely at the dial, you really have this sort of, it almost does look like a snake's body. Yeah,
it reminds you. The inlay has been indeed, cut in order to remind in a very subtle way, because it has to be subtle. It's art, let's never forget that. And this is what he did also, on the spring version and the summer.
Yeah.
So we have...
So what material is this?
This is aventurine, so it's an art stone we use quite a lot in jewelry. This, conversely, is a mix of different pink nuance mother of pearls, providing also the three-dimensionality we need really to create this beautiful light effect when you twist it, while again, to your snake comparison, reminding in a subtle way the snake skin, which is a bit odd. And so this will come in 4 releases. We'll start with the summer, strangely, but it's ready for the summer. We'll follow with the autumn, then we'll have the winter, and we'll finish next year with the spring.
And they're sequentially released?
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the last release, you will be able to buy the full coffret. And I know that a lot of collectors will be just so much in love with their fiancé or girlfriend or wife that they won't hesitate, because this is not only, 4 different dials which are unique and artistic, but 4 different bodies. You have,
Yes.
yellow gold and steel, you have full gold, you have full steel, and you have rose gold and steel. So
Yes.
it's a matrix of different dials and different bodies which allow you to have a unique collection of Serpenti. And we know that, like on Octo, we have true Serpenti lovers. There are women just crazy about Serpenti, proud to wear a Serpenti necklace, to have 2 or 3 Serpenti watches. So I'm sure that this coffer will be a very nice gift for loving gentlemen.
Nice one. All the husbands out there are getting a guilt trip from the boss. Lastly, we're going to pick one each. Like, which one stands out to you as the fave? Because I've got a definite favorite.
Well, I love the spring because you know that the pink mother of pearl is one of the toughest one to work because it can easily look like plastic.
Ah, true.
Yeah. Pink is difficult to work, and so Tadao has found a way to nuance like a pastel, the pink, mixing it with very pale pink, which is close to the white. And so he has totally eliminated this kind of lack of authenticity that you have sometimes with a pink color, to make a beautiful mosaic of.
It's like a little shattered rainbow. It's like every little piece has all these colors in it. It's stunning. I still think mine is better.
The tiger eye.
The tiger eye has the warmth of the gold.
Well, it's a stone first.
The tiger eye itself has all these different tonalities of gold and brown, but then you also have the full gold bracelet.
It's consistent.
So warm.
It's consistent.
I just want to sit by an open fire with this one. How does that relate to the pieces you have here?
Well, it relates to the fact that we have an overall strategy going much beyond the collaboration, but meant to elevate the perceived value of our daily ladies' watches across all collections. So Serpenti and the Tadao Ando is the first step, but also Lucia and also Bulgari. So if I take Bulgari, we applied more or less the same principle of breaking the mother of pearl monotony by creating, a pure Roman mosaic, putting together very small cubes of mother of pearls, assembled manually.
Is it really?
One after the other.
God,
imagine that.
Yeah.
So that, like on the Tadao Ando Serpenti, when you flip it, you have totally different lights coming on the dial, and following some principle on Lucia, which is the third ladies collection we have. Again, here it was not the typical square Roman mosaic, but a triangular inlays, but recreating also the three-dimensional effect. And again, with 30 different inlays, they're all triangular, put manually together. So a huge amount of craftsmanship inside, allowing to reflect the light like no other watch. So the new principle of Bulgari ladies watches is really the ultimate dial sophistication.
It's style animation.
Yeah, without falling into the jewelry watch category.
Yeah.
But it's as sophisticated as a jewelry watch, which is the beauty of Bulgari daily watches.
Yes. I actually bought my mother a similar watch with a flower motif with little shards of mother of pearl, and she loves it because it's always alive.
Yeah.
And this is what's different.
Exactly all the idea behind our new dial strategy, which is to pay a better tribute to the body of the watch itself, which is always very, very worked. But the dial, I have to say, have been, generally speaking, I don't talk only for Bulgari, but by the industry, a bit neglected by the old layered mother of pearl, which has been the standard of the industry. And it's time to move on now and to express mother of pearl or some stones in a different way. And we found our way, which is the Roman way, which is mosaics.
Ah, true. There it is. It all clicks into place. We have a Japanese artist collaborating on a Swiss-made watch, which brings back a Roman motif in hard stones and pearl. Am I right?
Yeah, for an Italian brand.
This is multi-layered strategy, but it actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but we're Italian and Roman, and so anything we do has to end up in Rome, or to start from Rome.
All roads lead back to Rome.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that wonderful
Thank you. It was great to meet with you.
We'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.